It's time to add floor care to your service offerings, but you don't know how to bid it. In this video, I will explain the types of floors that you would strip and finish, the costs associated with startup, and the best way to price the service to win deals. A quick disclaimer, floor care is not something that you should just jump into. The expense is high, the learning curve is steep, and mistakes are extremely costly. If you do not have experience performing floor care, I advise that you learn under the eye of a journeyman. This work is a trade and needs to be treated as such. Stripping a floor incorrectly results in finish not adhering or worse, shiny dirt. Lane finishing correctly means you are stripping the floor again. Bye-bye profit. Just know that you are going to make a lot of mistakes before you make money, unless you learn from a professional first, or just hire one. Not all floors need to be stripped and finished. In fact, more and more you will see buildings with luxury vinyl flooring or LVT, which is a no-finish floor. Concrete has also made a comeback, and this can be sealed but should not receive a finish. The floors that you will be focused on are linoleum or sheet vinyl and vinyl composition tile or VCT. These floors are very common in medical facilities, schools, and Class A buildings. Identifying floors can sometimes be difficult, so it is always best to ask the customer if they have the manufacturer name and flooring name so that you can look up the cleaning and maintenance specifications online first. If they do not have that, the easiest way to identify VCT is the size. 12 by 12 squares are very common. The tile will come in a variety of colors and have fleck marks in it to add texture. Linoleum or sheet vinyl is also a common flooring type. These floors are what they describe as vinyl sheet. Identifying vinyl sheeting can be difficult because there are many new surfaces that are also sheet-type flooring. These floors include LVT sheeting and marmoleon flooring. Always ask for the manufacturer name to ensure you are applying the correct finishes and using the correct strippers and/or alkaline product. High alkaline floor strippers can ruin marmoleon flooring, costing you the replacement of a very, very expensive surface. We never recommend applying a topical finish to ceramic flooring. Even if a customer requests it, we very quickly talk them out of it. These floors are often in restrooms and lobbies. A good tile and grout cleaning and a penetrating sealer is all that needs to be done. Tile and grout cleaning will be discussed in future videos. Now, let's get into the equipment requirements. The equipment that you will need for stripping or scrubbing floors is minimal, but can be expensive. You should expect to pay between $2,000 and $5,000 depending on the quality of the equipment. Consider this an investment into your future. We recommend the following equipment and tools for floor care. Number 1, a 175 RPM single-speed rotary floor machine with a 2-gallon solution tank. Always look for a solid metal base unit because you want the weight on the floor. Some manufacturers use plastic and add weights to the base. This may make it easier to transport, but the unit will last half as long, and I guarantee that you will leave those weights behind. Major fail. The machine should come with a pad driver, but always ask before you buy it. A pad driver has a low profile and they have stiff bristles, allowing floor pads to grip to it. This is not used to scrub the floors. Number 2, a shovel nose wet dry vacuum. Make sure you get a commercial unit and it has at least an 18-gallon capacity. Home Depot wet dry vacuums are not going to be efficient and will certainly destroy your back. Number 3, a floor squeegee. The wet dry vacuum will do its job, but having a floor squeegee will make your life much easier. Number 4, a doodlebug pole. A funny name, but this little tool will save you hours of scrubbing edges and corners by hand. Make sure that you get the correct pads for the job. Scrubbing with brown and stripping with black. Number 5, a floor scraper. This little tool will be a good friend to you. Some things just don't come off with a floor pad. Gum, stickers, and hard to remove floor finish. You need this tool. Number 6, mop buckets and mops. You will need 2 buckets minimum. One will be used to apply the stripper solution, the other will be for your rinse bucket. We are not going to get into the stripping process here, but clean mops and neutralizing floors is essential. Make sure that you have a lot of clean mops. Number 7, a lot of towels. You're going to be using towels to wipe corners and edges to ensure that it's ready to be finished. Bring enough, and terry towels will always be best. Number 8, the correct pads. If you're stripping a floor with a rotary machine, you will need black stripping pads. Do not use any other color unless unless you plan to use a dry process. We'll discuss that in future videos. Number 9, chemicals. You're going to need a floor stripper. Not all floor strippers are created equally. Get the best and dilute it exactly as it is instructed. Leave the stripper wet on the floor for the prescribed amount of time. This is everything in floor stripping. You will also need neutralizer to remove the alkalinity from the floor. Number 10, floor finish and an application tool. There are a lot of options for floor finish, but buy the highest solid floor finish you can afford and charge for it. We're getting to that. We recommend the 3M Flat Mop Applicator tool. It is expensive, but it's the best. So here's what you all have been waiting for. How do I price this service? Depending on your geographic area, your prices will fluctuate considerably. Some factors are minimum wage, regulatory restrictions, and compliance that increase raw material costs, just to name a few. You should, however, have a standard price per square foot for stripping and finishing floors. We charge a range of 35 cents to 45 cents per square foot for stripping and refinishing. The range is important because you have to consider real factors like density of area, the amount of finish on the floors, and the accessibility to the area. You also want to have an hourly charge for moving large items with a minimum number of hours. We recommend at least 3. Ultimately, your craftsmanship is going to gauge what you can charge. You also want to have a minimum charge for this service. If you're stripping and finishing a closet, you should be getting at least $450. This can sometimes lead the customer to ask for additional square footage to be done, most of the time. If you really want to dial in your number, you will need to work on your efficiencies. ISSA provides an average for the amount of flooring that can be stripped and finished by the hour. I recommend that you head over there so that you can get a good benchmark. Then practice until you can meet or beat that time. Bidding floor stripping and finishing shouldn't be intimidating. Know your trade, your times, and your chemicals, and you will make a lot of money. You will make mistakes and likely lose money when you first start, so be patient. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a question in the comments section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Until next time, we'll see you later.